tier 2 to his tier 3 and vice versa?
The short answer really is yes, you're allowed to leave tier 3 or go to tier 3 if it's part of a support bubble. That said, the government does advise people, and I say advise, to form support bubbles within their area or close to their area if possible, because they don't really want people travelling great distances. But yes, Jenny, there's nothing really stopping you when it comes to the guidance.
Thank you, Jenny. Louisa's in Harrick. Hi, Louisa, what do you want to ask me? So you're in tier 2. Bingo halls can reopen in tier 2. Good news there. They will, anywhere that serves alcohol, has a license to serve alcohol, won't be able to do so in tier 2 unless they have a meal accompanying it. But yeah, that's the only sort of restriction in relation to alcohol and food. But bingo halls will be reopening in tier 2. We'll have to close like pubs and others at 11, and that means little stores at 10. But yes, you can go back to work. Good news.
That's good news on this work. Looking forward to it. Thanks for your time, guys.
Cheers, Ricky. All the best, Ricky. Thank you. Now here's Fadi from Camden in London. Hi, what do you want to know?
Hi, I would like to know, thanks for getting me on, guys. I'd like to know if we're allowed to open our dance classes again. Before lockdown, we were allowed, but with 30 people with distance.
Is going to be similar, Fadi. Basically, when it comes to sport in tier 2, you can go ahead indoors, but only, and I'm going to read from the government website here, only if it is possible for people to avoid mixing with people they do not live with. So yes, if you can do a dance class where people from different households don't come into contact, then you can go ahead.
Absolutely brilliant, thank you.
Good, Fadi. Hey, who do you fancy for Strictly this year?
I don't actually watch it. I don't support it. It's so bad, but I don't watch it. I should have watched it at least this year because I had a lot of time, but I'd rather be training instead.
I think you're probably right. Thanks, Fadi. Here's Ant in Peterborough. Hi, Ant. What do you want to know?
Oh, hi there, Eddie. Yeah, I'm not necessarily in Peterborough. It's a weird situation. But I live in a little town called, I moved here by mistake actually, a little town called Crowland. Very historic town actually. You might want to Google it, but
How do you move somewhere by mistake?
it's to do with ex-girlfriends.
before by regularly spraying all our surfaces with hospital-grade antiviral disinfectant. It kills viruses and bacteria on contact, so the network is as safe as possible for everyone. Please also remember, everyone must wear a face covering at all times, unless you are exempt. To the Mayor of London and TfL, every journey matters.
Come on, Arlo, bath time. Swale Heating. We take the time to look to the future. Our fleet of vans is going electric. We provide A-rated boilers like Worcester Bosch, biomass boilers, smart heating technology, and solar panels. SwaleHeating.com. Rely on us to keep you warm.
Galliard Stamp Duty holiday until the 1st of October 2021. Fully furnished. GalliardHomes.com. Applies on units up to £500,000. Call 0345 6060 973. Tweet at LBC. Text 84850. This is LBC.
Ben Kentish, our Westminster correspondent, here till 7. If you have a question about the new tier system in England, do ask it on any of those numbers. Now let's turn to Tobias Elwood, Conservative MP for Bournemouth East, who also chairs the Defence Select Committee. Welcome to the programme. You are one of a number of Conservative MPs saying, well, among other things, that the tier system doesn't make sense in your area.
No, it doesn't. We've had some good news and some bad news. The good news is that on the first week of December, we're going to have the vaccine rollout. I wasn't actually sure that we had them confirmed yet, but this is great news that Bournemouth has been allocated as one of the major regional centres for this, the vaccine to take place. But on the flip side, as you just mentioned, we have been put into a tier which we absolutely disagree. We look at the stats of the last week, and we've been dropping by 38% in the number of cases per 100,000. Bournemouth is at 148 per 100,000, and wider Dorset is 69 per 100,000. Yet we've been placed in tier 2. And the frustration is also the fact that this data is actually a couple of weeks old. They've made this decision today for something that will happen in another week's time. So there's frustration all round as to why we've been put into this category at such a critical time of the year when our retail sector and the hospitality sector has already been punished so much. So I'm do asking the government to reconsider.
Are you asking them just to reconsider for your area, or are you saying this tier system stinks?
Well, those are your words. I'm pretty more dramatically, but clearly, I've just been on the call, actually, a conference call with Dorset Police, and I said, what are the criteria for us to move out of this tier into the lower tier? What do we need to do? And that hasn't been made clear either. So, go back to that military reliance, command, control, communication, absolutely critical. This government has done an incredible job in forcing everybody, inviting everybody to get through this lockdown. It's had an impact. But now we feel that the diligence has been done to recognise the good work that's been taking place across the country, but then also to offer the carrot of what needs to be achieved to make sure that you can get through and reduce your tiering, whatever that might be.
Tobias Elwood, thank you for talking to us. Tom now in Romford in Essex. Tom, you've got a question for Ben.
How it works, Tom, I don't know, how it works is effectively every time you order, you can't order a drink without a substantial meal. So it's about ordering, if you order the pint and then you order dinner and you stay but he won't be treated as a member of a separate household. So you could still then mix with form a bubble with 2 other households, and your son wouldn't be counted as a separate household.
Chris, how's he been getting on? How's uni been for him?
He's thoroughly enjoyed it. He's just finding it difficult because educationally, yes, he's doing his online. That's not an issue. I think it's the out of tutoring time that he's finding difficult, and the lack of socialising, and the fact that really he can't get to the gym or play rugby. But apart from that, no, he's in good health and fine settled. We try to keep in communication with him at least on a daily basis in the evenings to just have a general chat. But overall, he's still very, very positive.
Good, and the good news is, as Ben says, you'll be able to see him for Christmas in less than a month's time. Some text questions. I'm a window cleaner about to be put into Tier 3. Assuming I've got any customers left after this farce, am I allowed to go to customers' houses?
Yes, that is fine, Eddie. There's always been an exception for people's work, businesses, and you can enter people's house if you're a workman like that.
Lee in Bristol. We're in Tier 3 in Bristol. I want to collect our son from uni in Warwick next weekend, but they're in Tier 3 as well. Can we go collect him and bring him home next weekend?
Yeah, again, travel between and within Tier 3, you're only meant to do if you've got a good reason you really need to do it. But if you need to pick your son up but you can't get home any other way, or even if you think that's the safest way, then yes, that is why, Eddie, the rules on travel in and out of Tier 3 are not based on law, they are guidance, because people need to sort of use their own discretion about what and what is not necessary.
Lots of questions about restaurants. Jan in Birmingham. I'm in Tier 3. Will restaurants and hospitality be open during the relaxation of the rules over Christmas?
It's a very, very good question. We don't know yet, but I would have thought the answer is no. And the reason for that is even when you form a bubble over Christmas, then you can't meet those people in restaurants. You can only meet them in a private home, a place of worship, or an outdoor public place.
But if you're meeting them indoors, in your home, that's okay, but probably not in a restaurant.
You can't go to a restaurant or a pub, so there'll be no real reason for the Christmas period to change, whether it doesn't change whether people can or can't go to restaurants.
All right, thank you. Here is Jason now in Slough. Hi, Jason.
Hi, thanks for taking the call. I'm in, going to be in a Tier 3 area, but I run a martial arts club, which is in London, which is in a Tier 2 area. I'm just wondering whether I can travel from my area, Tier 3, to run the club in a Tier 2 area.
You can travel for work, Jason, but I think you might struggle for the club to open at all in Tier 2, because the rules on indoor sport in Tier 2 are that it can only go ahead if you can avoid contact between people in different households.
We've changed the practices, so it's more like a fitness club at the moment, so everybody's 2 metres apart and keeping all the social distancing rules, so we're not really
Okay, so
doing martial arts as it is, but it was just whether I could travel there to run maybe like
you can travel for work. You can travel for work. So if that is your work, then yes, you could travel to run that class. As I say, the thing would be making sure, as it sounds like you are doing, that people stay separated.
All right, Jason, thank you. 0345 6060 973. More calls, texts, and tweets after the headlines now from Bill Overton.
The Prime Minister's warned England staring at a third national lockdown in January if coronavirus restrictions now are relaxed. Manchester, Birmingham, Leeds and Newcastle are among those facing Tier 3 strictest measures from next week. Another 498 people have died within 28 days of a positive test. The weather, rain for northern Scotland and the far south of England tonight. Frosty elsewhere with freezing fog and a low of -4.
LBC Travel, I'm Anne-Marie Walsh. Severe delays on the M25 anti-clockwise from Junction 3 at Swanley heading towards the Dartford Tunnel following an accident earlier. On the clockwise M25 is queuing towards Junction 1B at Dartford because of a breakdown. The inside lane is closed. Long delays on the A13 eastbound, that's from the Beckton roundabout to the Lodge Avenue flyover in Barking following a police investigation. And in Walthamstow, it's slow moving on the North Circular eastbound heading towards the Cricket Village interchange after an accident earlier on.
Coming up at 7 on LBC, Ian Dale.
On the News Hour, the new tier system has been announced for England, and suffice to say, it's had a mixed reception, and that's being kind.
Ian Dale on LBC.
You need a locksmith? Well, listen close. Of course, the industry's completely unregulated, and there's naughty boys out there who love your best china straight in their skyrocket. That's where Locks Up Approved comes in. They're on a mission to clean up the manor. They're local, experienced locksmiths, all have public liability
looked like Cam was at work.